You ever stop to think about what happens in that tiny little moment right after you hit enter on a search? I mean, it feels instant, right? But what's really going on is this hidden lightning-fast battle that decides exactly what you see first. So today, let's dive in and uncover some of the secrets of search advertising.
All right, so let's set a scene here. I'm pretty sure this is going to feel very, very familiar to you.
Okay, picture this. It's like 9 o'clock at night. You've had a super long day. And cooking? Yeah, that's the absolute last thing you want to do. And right on cue, your stomach starts rumbling. That craving hits hard.
So what do? Of course, you grab your phone, you open up a browser, and you type in those magic words, and boom. Instantly, a list pops up, and right there at the tippy top, you see an ad for something like Just Eat. You click it, you order, and just like that, food's on the way. Simple, right? But wait a second. Let's just pause right there. Did you really pick the best local spot? Or did you just pick the first one you saw? You know, that question right there, that gets to the absolute core of how the internet really works today. So to really answer that, we have to pull back the curtain a little bit on that search results page. We've got to understand the difference between what's paid and what's, well, natural. So that whole experience, from your search to that top result, that is something called search advertising. You'll also hear it called pay-per-click, or just PPC for short. And really, it's the system that lets businesses pay for that prime real estate right at the top of your search results.
And right here, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. See those top results, the ones with the little ad label? Those are the paid spots. But everything underneath those are what we call the organic or natural results. Those are the links that Google's algorithm thinks are the most relevant to your search, completely separate from any money changing hands.
Okay, so how do those paid ads actually get there? You might think it's just, first come, first served, but no way. It's way more interesting than that. Every single time you search for anything, you're kicking off this invisible, super fast auction.
Let me break down how it works. So first, you've got advertisers who tell Google, hey, I want to show up for these keywords, like say, pet adoption. Then you come along and you search for that exact term. And in that instant, Google looks around to see who's bidding on it, and bam, a whole auction starts and finishes in less time than it takes for the page to even load on your screen. It's wild.
Now you're probably thinking, okay, an auction. So the winner is just whoever is willing to pay the most money, right? Well, that's the big secret here. That is not how it works. And honestly, this is where it gets really cool.
So if it isn't just about having the deepest pockets, then what is the magic formula? How does Google pick a winner in a literal blink of an eye? It all comes down to a formula called ad rank, and it's actually pretty simple. It's your maximum bid times something called your quality score. Now, what's a quality score? Well, think of it like Google's report card for your ad. It's a rating of how relevant your ad is, how good your landing page is, and how likely people are to actually click it. The higher your score, the better, because at the end of the day, Google wants you to find what you're looking for and have a good experience.
Okay, let's look at an example so you can see how this actually works. Take a look at Jane. She's willing to bid a whopping $8, but her ad, it's not great. It's got a quality score of just 1. So her ad rank is only 8. Now check out Sam. He's only bidding $2. That's a quarter of what Jane is bidding, but his ad is fantastic, a perfect 10 quality score, so his ad rank is 20. And guess what? Sam wins. He gets the top spot even though he bid way less.
I mean, how amazing is that? It means if you create a better, more relevant ad, you can actually beat out competitors with way bigger budgets. But it's not just about winning that top position. The real magic, the part that's truly mind-blowing, is what you actually end up paying.
Okay, here it is, the final piece of the puzzle. What does Sam actually pay? Well, the cost is calculated based on the ad rank of the person right below him. So Sam, our big winner, only pays $1.61 per click. Now look at his competitors down the list, Mary and Pat. They're in lower spots, but they're paying way more for every single click. This is the genius of the whole system. Google literally gives a financial reward to advertisers who create a better experience for you, the searcher. It proves it's not just about who has the most cash to burn.
So what does this look like when it's put into practice in the real world? I mean, who's actually using this system to completely dominate their industry? Well, let's talk about Booking.com. They are the undisputed masters of this game. Think about it. Whenever you're planning a trip, you search for a hotel, and who do you almost always see right there at the top?
Their strategy is it's brilliant in its simplicity. What they do is target millions of what we call high-intent keywords. You know, the exact phrases people type when they're ready to pull out their credit card and book, like hotels in London. They compete super aggressively in those auctions to make sure they are always visible. They capture you as a customer at that exact moment of decision. They don't just wait for you to find them, they make absolutely sure they're the first thing you see.
And really, it all boils down to this one powerful idea. In our world today, visibility is everything. That battle for the top of the search page, it isn't just about showing an ad, it's about owning the moment a decision is made. So the next time you search for something, anything at all, just take a quick look at those top results and ask yourself, who just won the auction for my attention?